Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining me once again. First, smash that like button. I'd really appreciate that. Hey there, Cecilia, Linda Lou, Bambi, Marley, Clark E, Mouse, Annie Pooh. Hi there, Jenna T, Grateful Life, Out of the Attic, Foxy Lady, Wide Awake, Vegas Doll, Lynn Smith, Baraguda, and Dewey Starfish. Hello, champs and chocolate. Welcome. We got Alex K here, Wide Awake again. Bunny Melon B, Amy Judy, Oranges Poranges, EP, Anne Labert, Pieces Little Brony Collection, and EP. We got Greg Gubo. Hey there, Greg Gubo. Welcome.
Hello, Monty. I'm
Oh,
trying out my tiny mic.
yeah. Wow. That is literally a tiny mic.
Y- Yes, it is. It's an extremely tiny mic for my massive opinions.
Well, that's awesome. How much did you get that for?
It was on sale for $15.98, but because of the state I live in, the sales tax adds significantly to it.
Okay, I see. So, which site did you get that tiny mic on?
From Amazon, actually. Once we're done discussing Chantal, I'll even put the link in the chat. It's on sale right now. It's like a 2 pack because I had somebody send me one, but it you know how they have the feedback and you get the really bad hum.
Yeah.
So yeah, and instead, and it was a gift. So rather than messing around and trying to, I found this one, and it's actually a 2 pack. So it comes with a pink one and a tiny little silver mic. It's amazing.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and a stand.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's decent quality.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really can't complain. And the only thing you have to worry about is if you're holding it, sometimes you can get that feedback hum. It's like it's grounding through your body and you can get the
Yeah.
slight, yeah, but you know, six of this, half dozen of the other. So oh, and the beautiful thing is Buddha's gonna come up here with us and Ray Ray's on her way too.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yes. So, yeah. So this is a tiny mic. Anybody that's it, if I'm too loud, let me know because this is literally a dry run, no practice. So fingers crossed. I will put the link in the chat for everybody though, because they're on sale, like $11 off. So you can get this free shipping, returns at two of them for like $15 and some change.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm trying to get my other iPad so I can see chat. But does is this sound quality okay though? From like right here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like it's not coming across. It's not pagan out.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me
It,
try
it's
this.
it's good.
Okay. So apparently we're here to talk about Chantal.
Go ahead, Gregory Bo.
Okay, so I'm just like so first off, it's like I'm assuming everybody here saw I have a few things because you know how like people will be talking and I'll go squirrel. So I actually wrote some direct quotes down from Chantal. First of all, I would like to say, Chantal, it's painfully obvious you are going broke, sweetheart. Did you notice how she kept bringing up the money thing? And she brought up how much money she pays for each thing. Today it was just, and she didn't order out tonight. She's got what, 12 days until she gets paid again. And I can guarantee you she is flat broke, is my guess. But yeah, in tonight's stream, like I'm just going to run through real well, should I just run through all the quotes, or we could just go through point by point, or it'd be easier, like I said, when Ray Ray gets up here and Buddha. So, unless you're up for a cozy conversation, Monty, between the two of us.
Well, I guess we can wait so you can talk about something else.
Um, well, if you guys want, if people in chat want to chat amongst themselves, if you give me a second, I will literally post the link. So just give me like chat amongst yourself. Give me like 30 seconds.
Hey there, Layla G. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Smash that like button. Don't forget the PayPal for Rochelle. I posted a video. It's 2 minutes, 2 seconds long. Rochelle is a mom of 6 kids. These kids are innocent. She's in need of some help. And all you have to do, if you can, is maybe share the PayPal link or donate. Even $1 helps. Help a mom of 6. So let me put it like that. There's the PayPal for the PayPal pool. I will also put the link for Ray Ray. Here you go, Ray Ray. Posted.
Oh, good. Okay. And for everybody watching, the Tiny Mite link is going in now. It's still on sale, 37% off.
You can barely hear me. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna change my mic settings again to automatically adjust the mic, and then this should change everything there,
Yeah,
so that it will
you
be
got
better.
louder.
Okay, great.
Yes. And
It's
I'm not,
just
am I blowing anybody out or this is still okay?
no, the StreamYards doesn't really take that long to adjust the
Yeah.
volume between people. Hey there, Puppy Breath. What's up?
Yeah. Say my name, Chantal. Say my name.
Hey there, Shelly Ray. What's going on?
What I will say about this, because you plug in wired headphones, it's not like a phone. You know how phones, you like, you can hear how loud you're talking. It gives you feedback, so it gives you a clue. With this, you don't have any idea how loud you are, so you must always be cognizant. Ray Ray.
Hey there, Ray Ray.
Hello.
What's going on?
Hello, Ray Ray.
I love your mic.
My tiny mic
Yes.
for my huge opinions.
I may or may not have to get myself a tiny mic.
Oh,
We'll just have to see.
I think we should have the tiny mic brigade. In fact, that should be a rule, Monty. It's like everybody gets tiny mics, and we'll all just talk to Chantal very quietly and very slowly, so her completely baked brain can understand.
Yeah.
All right, you ready, Ray Ray? You all fired up?
I'm ready.
Okay, so everybody in chat, hello. Um, I don't know if you guys are aware. There is a YouTuber named Foodie Beauty, aka Chantal Marie. She's problematic. So what I'll do is I wrote down some actual direct quotes from tonight. So um let's see. The first one I wanted to talk about was where Chantal said, and I quote, "I'm actually very honest and open with you guys in a lot of ways." Like, remember the chat kept poking at her to talk about Natter and talk to her. I tell you guys the truth. I tell you guys the truth. And then she actually said, I am actually really honest and open with you guys in a lot of ways. Well, so what? That it doesn't mean you're not lying about Natter. It was hilarious. And then the next quote, she said, "Do you guys think my channel's success depends on if I'm with Natter?" And she followed that up with, "So if I said I was with him in the future." I mean, she's so painful. And then somebody wrote in chat and said, "He's not going to keep you around, Chantal." And her response was, "Nothing's official right now." Like, as in, and I think the one of the biggest telling things was she says, "I can't talk about it right now." And then she giggled and she says, if whether it was a legal suggestion or a legal opinion, or I'm trying to remember that she said, she called it a legal suggestion, but legal suggestion wasn't the first terminology she worse. It wasn't a legal directive, but she said something and then she softened it down. So I think either way, the crown or the cops just said, "Zip it or else." And then another classic Chantal was she said, "Everybody has redeeming qualities. Everyone. Dee Dee does too." Bish, I see right through you, Chantal. I see right through you. You're lying through those grubby, nasty, plaque covered yellow teeth that are probably going to fall out in the next 6 months. Um, and then she was waxing poetic. I miss Natter. Remember our time at the zoo? Oh, we used to watch Egyptian documentaries. It was so fun. Followed by, um, I'm a very forgiving person. And then one of the last ones I have
Mm-hmm.
written down, because people were going on and about Natter, and here's the last one where she said, "We did some bad stuff to each other." So I guess my takeaway message from all of this is Chantal is painfully aware that she's going broke. She's literally going broke. We didn't see the paneer tonight. She was eating the no name chips, and no shade, like I'm cheap AF, whether I have money or not. Why am I going to waste money when, some people eat to live? And then there's people like Chantal who live to eat. So, but I suspect now 18 days into the pay period, real quick check in. How is my volume?
Good.
Okay.
Good, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
18 days into the pay period. And I can tell you from the way, like this morning, did you see where she went? She picked up her coffee. She went on the long road, pulled into that parking lot. And I so love that idea of checking out cars because literally before you said that, I was going through frame by frame. In the back of my mind, I'm like, am I a stalker? No, I'm not a stalker. I'm invested, right? It was like the X Files or like Game of Thrones. We all tune in, we wait. And I can guarantee you this Chantal show, it's going to go down worse than season 8 of Game of Thrones. It's going to be a terrible ending. It's not going to be satisfying, but we all still want to know what happens. So, um, but yeah, the way she pulls in there and stuff, and like I was kind of on the fence. Like, is she just pulling in there for a split second to troll us because she knows what people think? Or did she roll in there and she turned the music on, and she had mentioned right before she turned the music on, oh, I just want to turn the music on and this, that, and the other, and then she turned it on just random, and I'm like, or did you turn the music on to block the noise of the car windows down, the plugs dropping shit in your window and grabbing the money off your seat so you can claim I never handed him money? Come on, we all know player knows a playa, cupcake. So but it was like she was fine. She got her coffee. She was her normal, smug, sanctimonious, unproductive self. But then tonight, when she came on, there was well, before she got so high that she could barely speak. There was a more serious level of it was a more serious level of money. Well, I have to pay for this and this and this and this. So I think on some level there was, I don't know if she checked her bank balance or maybe she went to purchase something with her credit card and it was declined, or maybe she wanted to order some more wheelchairs, and all of a sudden she realized, oh, I don't have the money I thought. Something happened between point A and point B. And so I'll stop there and say, what do you think, Ray Ray?
I definitely agree that something has happened for her to all of a sudden be so worried about money. Because whether or not she's admitting how much she truly is worried about it, you can tell by the things she's doing. Oh, I'm buying, great value stuff and, off brand and this and that. And that's really just not Chantal, especially lately. She blows money left and right. And I really think because Monty's channel isn't the only one who has kind of, mentioned how her channel seems to be going down and she's losing viewers. And we know how much she watches reaction channels. That's just a thing that she does. So I think on top of her, because her chat too seems to have been telling her, that things, that, oh, she's losing viewers. And I think on top of her chat telling her, she's also seeing it in the reaction channels and the reaction channels chat. And I think all of it is just, it's all accumulating and kind of just getting to her. And I think she's just kind of realizing, oh crap, like I could lose a significant amount of money. And, and like today, she was, listing off all the different bills she has to pay and this and that. So, that's not something that normally I would, that's not normally something Chantal would do. like sit there and mention her bills she has to pay and this and that, like, because it's normally, well,
Yeah.
I get all
Yeah.
this money, it doesn't matter what I have to pay.
Yeah.
So I definitely think there's been some kind of shift in her to where she's pooping. There's it's yeah.
Yeah, something made it real today, and I don't know if it's like she went and did her Starbucks bees, and then between point A and point B and the long road drive, but she even mentioned like the cost of gas. So it's like she was like, "Oh, it's $100 to fill up my car, and it used to be 60." It's like, did she go on the long road, do what she was doing? Oh, I'm low on gas, pull into the gas station, and all of a sudden, you know what I mean? This because she's so oblivious and I don't care what anybody says. She was driving high today. She wasn't clean or for people that or sober, whatever you want to call it, whatever
Mm-hmm.
recovery program. She wasn't clean when she was driving today. I would bet my still brushed in my mouth gonna stay there teeth on it.
Scoutfinch asks, doesn't YouTube show on a certain day what you can expect your next payday? Has she maybe seen this? Yeah, she's seen it. We all know what to expect for pay when it comes to YouTube. Either we are below our average or above our average. It shows what we were paid typically the day before the or 2 days before. So she'll have an idea of how much she's gonna get paid when payday hits, but she should already have an idea because the last day for the round of pay come the 21st to the 26th would have been April 30th. That was the last day. So yeah, you already have an idea of how much you're gonna get paid
Hmm.
in about 11 to 16 days.
Yep. Hey, Monty. I think Buddha might be here. Can you throw the link in for her?
Okay, sure.
Just I think I see her in the chat. So yeah, and so I guess my question is have you gotten that? I'm sorry, I was looking at the chat. Did you say you've gotten that email to let you know, or you haven't gotten anything?
No, you just look at your
Okay.
studio and it'll give you an idea of how much you're making every day
Okay.
and your tally for pretty much the 28 days, 28-day period.
Yeah. And I think Chantal, I really think Chantal, she's still in January drama level of income. And maybe she
Yeah.
glanced at her super chats because I'm telling you at $13, 11. And I'm not sneezing at, I swear to God, if somebody handed me $20 or $5, I'd be like, oh my God, because that's a lot of money. But I'm sure she's in, it was like today, it was almost like she got a few more, super chats than she normally gets, and you saw how long she dragged on that stream because she just got the tiniest bit of money, and it was like you know what I mean, like it was like she was kind of trying to work for it, and it just nobody really wants. Even Yaba took some time off. Yeah, she was moving, but it's just everybody's just kind of over it. There's a few diehard channels like you, Monty, you're like, I've been doing this and I'm here till the end, well, solidarity. But do any of us even care anymore what's going on with her and Natter? Not really, do I just want to see the train wreck. That's it. That's the only reason I'm here. There is nothing entertaining about what she says. There's nothing interesting. There's nothing unique. Um, I'll wait for Buddha to come up.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, is she I'm
But how's her bubbles though? How come we don't get uh fist clenching farts that we used to get?
Do you mean as far as the eating and stuff? Why isn't she doing that?
Because remember she used to go like this, she'd have her hands, she'd go, oh, when she would like let them rip, but now she
Yeah.
doesn't.
It's
Why is
probably
that?
probably I would here I'm just going to go from a biological perspective as somebody who spent a decade in university because I'm a biologist. I'm gonna guess maybe potentially because and depending on what's in that paneer and stuff, maybe the amount of fat because your people think your gallbladder does nothing. No, your gallbladder does quite a bit for your digestion. She might be to
Mm-hmm.
the point where, let's just say that she always has the scoots anyway. That if she just let it rip like that, she might just like Jackson Pollock her pants and and you know what I mean. And the other thing is maybe it's because she's going broke. She doesn't want to have to go out and buy a whole bunch of new pair of pants because she just shite herself. But that's, that would be a really good reason. Or, conspiracy theorists, maybe there's a feeder out there is like, I want to see the eating. I don't want to hear the farting. Maybe one of those. It's who knows, but I think it's maybe because she is soiling herself more often than not. That would just be my guess.
That's exactly what I
Yeah.
was gonna say,
Yeah.
because she clearly has digestive issues with the paneer. Like, I think, was it yesterday? You can tell she was struggling with the digestive system, and so I definitely think it comes down to she doesn't want to shit or poop herself. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Hi, Buddha. You
Hello,
look
Buddha.
amazing.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello. How are you doing? Welcome.
Good, good. Love the shirt. Love the stripes.
Thanks. I guess maybe it kind of reminds you of Freddy Krueger, but not kind of Freddy Krueger, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a Freddy Krueger, Chris Chan mashup.
What?
Just like the colors and the stripes. He was very known for the color blocking, and
Oh,
just yeah. If you take the green and the color blocking, don't mind me. My brain, it does things.
So, Buddha, you caught Chantal some of her baked out of her mind stream just a little while ago, or did you fall asleep and miss it all because of the coma she induced?
No, I watched some of it, and to be honest with you, it's all kind of. She doesn't have a personality at this point. It's just this ebb and flow of substance.
Mm-hmm.
And if she has these personality traits, it's because she's rocking this cocktail. You got a little bit of coffee, you got a little bit of marijuana, you got a little bit of this, and a little bit of glow from the peen. When you get that glow, you get it after you shovel snow. When you shovel snow and you come back in and they're like, oh, look at these rosy cheeks.
Yeah.
She's had that glow, right? So that's also a bit of an intoxicant with her, but she just driving high. It's all like what we see and we're outraged by, I think, is just the tip of the iceberg. I think it's so much worse than we even know. Like, we're like, she's high when she drives, but we probably have no concept of how high and it just, sometimes I can't let it in because
yeah.
despair will take over. I just have to look at her and go, wow, she's extra wild today. You know what I mean? Lots of eye makeup lately. The more eye makeup and the bigger the lashes, the more off the rocker she seems to be going. Hi, Ray, I love your ears.
I swear to God, Rasputin has nothing on Chantal. The black circles around her eyes. I mean, she
Oh, yeah.
looks like a raccoon, and she just sits there when she's high and draws it on, and she's not washing it off. But yeah, I was the thing that we were talking about right before you got on, if you heard, is the fact that Chantal went from her starbeezing to talking about money in a pretty serious manner. Like, something happened between point A and point B, and
Hey,
we were
Buddha,
just
your mic's a little bit hot. You maybe lower the volume a little bit?
try it now.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah.
I don't know where the volume control is. Is it
I like
better
how
if I
she
just
was
put
like
it up?
testing it. She's like,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, that's actually a lot better.
Buddha,
Okay.
I do the same thing. I yell speak. I just yell speak all the time, like I'm a nightmare in a library.
I'm not good with all technologies and stuff. Like, you know how I got Minecraft and stuff? I watched 3 hours of an instructional video, like how to get through the first 2 nights. And I'm like, this is a lot. I don't know if I can stream this. So, yeah, volume.
I want to learn how to play Minecraft, but I'm afraid I'll make a fool of myself.
Same. I watched a cringe videos like newbies playing Minecraft, and I'm like, this is gonna be me. This is gonna be me talking into a muted mic, being an idiot. But anyway, sorry.
No.
Thank you for letting me know about the mic.
Yeah, no problem.
So yeah, the thing is like, it's like literally what I feel like saying. Chantal, tell me you're seeing Natter without telling me you're seeing Natter. That's literally what this stream was. That and tell me you're broke without telling me you're broke. That was basically what this stream was, and she's just so painfully boring. And just like I said, her comment, we did some bad stuff to each other. Hey ladies, all the ladies out there that have been around SA survivors or are SA survivors themselves, does any of these quotes that I read, I can't talk about it right now. Hee hee. I'm very actually very open and honest with you guys about him. Do you guys think my channel's success depends on if I'm with Natter? Nothing's official yet. The point is for anybody that has suffered or has a family member, a friend, just somebody you knew at work that has suffered through SA, do any of her comments strike you as somebody that truly has been through a DV/SA, a traumatic experience? I call bullshit.
I find there are two different scenarios where she would be the way she is. I think back to the abusive relationships I've been in, and the closer I was to the time, subject, person, event, the more emotion. So I would be all like, well, maybe, and borderline. I'm like, well, maybe I'm a crazy bitch too. But the thing is, I look back now, and I'm not confused. You were this guy, and this is now years later I've processed. So it either A, is not as accurate as she's claiming it to be, or B, it's still very much going on and she's too close to the subject to see it for what it is, even if it is an ebb and flow of them. We hurt each other, you guys. But the thing is, we don't know, because if she's still in it, there's no reflection. Not that I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt that there could be reflection in a couple of years, but
hey, Buddha, your Buddhism is showing. Your kindness and compassion is showing.
Do you know what's funny is if you talk to any of my friends here in Calgary, the people who know me from like the bar star scene, drummer in a rock and roll band, like compassion, kindness, these are not words people use to describe me, man. It's more like
you were a drummer.
Yeah, I used to play drums in a rockabilly band.
Really?
And yeah, if you Google a band called Peter and the Wolves, it was 3 guys and a female blonde pinup drummer. My boobs up to here and 70 pounds heavier, total drunk. Here's me every video. I'm drunk in the background, cleavage up to my chin, hanging on to Corona bottles. Like my lifestyle is very out there to see.
Oh wow!
Lots of drunken videos of me playing drums. Yeah.
Did you still beat those drums like you looking like you're having a heart attack?
Yeah, I actually filmed a bunch of videos last week of me playing drums in a tank top, just like, and I was Stevie Nicks in it, and I had all I'm like, should I post these videos? I look like a crazy
Definitely
person.
post them. Definitely post them.
I only say that because that's what Dragon Lord Frodo was like. Yeah, they were playing. The drummer looks like he was having a heart attack on stage. That always just comes to my mind with a guy like beating really hard. What was that drumming movie? It was called. What was that
Whiplash.
drumming movie? Whiplash. Yes.
Yeah. That was well. So, I've been in band since I was in 3rd grade, and I was actually in a jazz band that played at had played lounge music and stuff. And everybody says, "Oh, it sounds so simple." No, jazz is some of the hardest music you will ever play, because you have to look like it's no big deal while it's the biggest deal, and timing is everything.
You gotta feel the groove.
Very hard. Yeah. And I would like to say that the drummer does not set the tempo, the bass does.
That's very true. That actually is.
It is.
That is. In rockabilly, it definitely is, because of the dong, 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 dong. Anyway, hijacking your panel with rockabilly talk.
And not that anybody cares, but I have a full size. Well, no, actually, it's a 3/4 stand-up bass, because that's originally what I started playing in 3rd grade, like standing on a milk crate.
I think we all want to see Grebo play her stand-up bass. Can you stand on it and like kick one leg up in the air and like balance? I I think we all know that Grebo is a wild child underneath all this education and smarts.
I'll just say that I went to a private Catholic school and leave it at that. Nothing else needs to be said. But so yeah, the thing about Chantal is I'm just like with a lot of the, so it seems like a lot of the diehard reaction channels, I mean, not there's a lot of newer channels popping up, which is fine, but as far as the longer term, reaction channels, I'd say that Monty, Yabba, because there's been quite a few that have popped up and just faded away. And now we have some smaller ones popping up. But I'm just saying, in general, people just don't care anymore. Like they're bored to death. I thought it was hilarious tonight when she came on and Monty was watching. It was like her views were less than Monty's, and then Monty's views kept going up and kept going up towards 900, and hers actually started going down and ended up in the mid 600s. I mean, it was kind of shocking. Well, no, okay, that's a lie. It wasn't shocking. It was completely predictable. You're muted, Buddha.
God, oh my
All
God.
right, there you go.
Oh my God. Do you know what's funny now? Is she's going to be starting beef with you, Monty. She's going to be clout chasing Monty. You know what I mean? Like, isn't it a funny, weird Inception type something or other where, like, a reactor is reacting to a person, but then the reactor becomes more like, and then the person that's being reacted to has to watch the reactor
Yeah.
and then my
But
brain exploded.
but that's happened to her before. Remember with Zachary Michael, his
Oh
views
yeah.
just exploded when she was giving him heck, while
Mm-hmm.
hers were very stagnant. So over and over and over again, we've seen this happen to her so many times.
Well, she better start thanking the reaction channels for,
Well, I
you
would
know.
Right? Even
I would
Gary's views against
yeah.
Natty Daddy is like Gary is like way up there, and Natty Daddy's views are like way down here.
I think that on some level, like notice Chantal said, well, the only thing I don't want is for people to be sniping me, but there's nothing she can do. And just notice that regardless what she says, she's definitely not, she just I don't think she's raging, because I don't think she has the mental fortitude to work up the anger, because when you're high all the time like that, and and she probably knows she's angry about something, but she doesn't quite know what. But or maybe somebody, one of the vi idiots told her, like, look, this needs to be like a sympathical relationship, because you are so quickly becoming irrelevant. It just like, even Kiwi Farms, Chantal, Kiwi Farms cannot be bothered with you. That is such a bad sign when Kiwi Farms cannot be bothered. Like,
Everyone's looking for their new logo. I see it all
yeah.
the time on Twitter. Everyone's just like, who you following? Who you following? Everyone's, finding someone new.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know if she could even become more of a train wreck at this point to get her views back. What could she do? What could be the arc that would pull us all back in and go, yeah, she's the queen? Because I don't think either of them have a crown. I think the crown's long
No.
gone.
Yeah, like I think if she wanted to be like it was like season 6 of Game of Thrones was overall a train wreck, but they had a couple brilliant episodes thrown in there. So it'd be like if the CRA showed up, the Canadian Revenue Authority, and like froze her bank account. That could make for an interesting little thing, but I don't think it would pull in the numbers she was getting. I honest to God, I said this the last time I was on panel. Sorry, I keep messing with this wig. I have a lot of hair already, and I don't know how. I just wigs. And yeah, and I don't like it. I don't like bangs. I don't know. Anyway. Anyway, yeah. Oh, I lie. I lie like a big dog on a hardwood floor. I love wigs. But let's see. Oh, the Canadian Revenue Authority. But like I said the last time I was on live, I honestly believe that Chantal, her, that apology was the moment that I'm pretty sure it was the apology was the moment that the Titanic struck the iceberg. She is rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. It's going down, Chantal. So before you sink to the bottom of the ocean and it cease to exist, say my name. It's Grey Grebo.
First of all, that tiny mic is giving. I love miniature things. That
Right?
little tiny mic. When you lean in, it's supposed to be like more of like, listen up, and you're like, yes, tiny little mic. Anyway, that's funny. Yeah, I don't know. Here's what I want. I want a very crackhead Christmas wedding. I want garland.
Yeah, like why is she talking about wedding dresses? Like, because here's the deal. If Chantal is nothing else, she's delusional. And so the thing is Natty telling her things because he actually wants these things? Is Natter telling her these things to string her along? Or is Chantal just hearing what she wants to hear? Because, when she said, we did bad stuff to each other, everybody has redeemable qualities. The big one that she said was, gosh, what was it? Nothing's official right now. Like when somebody said, he's just going to keep using you, keep you around, Chantal, for your channel. And she said, well, nothing's official right now. Like, I'm like, is there gonna be a crackhead wedding?
Oh my God, wouldn't it be great? Like, just,
yeah.
I love crazy weddings. Wouldn't their wedding be the craziest? Like Bridezilla, Groomzilla, Bridesmaidzilla, so many Zillas.
So I have a funny story about that, and I'm not sharing it on a live stream, but
story blue balls.
Yeah, right.
Just saying.
I'll make a tiny mic video out of it because let's just say
like videos.
Yeah, because let's just say Great Grebo shouldn't drink and go on vacation. I'll just leave it at that.
You can't leave us hanging like that. Now our minds are going to run away with us.
Go nuts. But the thing is like at this point is, and I some people were supposing, were going on earlier like I think she loves him. I don't think Chantal loves anybody. She doesn't even love herself. I think Chantal heard the word no, and so in her mind she has confused I want what I want with love, and let's see, where was I going with that? Damn it, when I don't write things down. But and so I really think if Natty came around, she would get very bored very quick. But right now, she's in the heat of things, and she's being told, well, excuse me, it's been suggested that she stay away from Natter. And so now that these two star-crossed lovers who have to fight against adversity so they can be together across time and space, or whatever stoner tweaker bullshit's running through her drug-addled brain. I mean, I think occasionally, the 2 or 3 brain cells she hasn't completely fried, they bump into each other and she gets a thought, but there's no follow through. Because now, have you noticed she spends all day, every day, oh, I'm going to do this. And I mean, she has hit that stage of addiction where it's just that end stage addiction where you're always planning, and nothing changes. I don't even know if I had a point, but
somebody's asking where Shannon these days. I have no idea where Shannon is.
Now, Shannon, I think after her dad passed away, she, just Squirrel World was not a great place for her to be.
Yeah, it wasn't a priority.
Processing time. Yeah, and I think it's just, I think once you're off for a few days and then a week, and it's the ease of just dropping back in. You know what I mean? She probably just wandered off and was just like, oh, I had my stint in World War.
She had issues at home that she, she asked for help.
Yeah.
And she finally moved out. So
yeah,
and that's the last I've ever heard of Shannon. I don't really speak to her.
Well, the real world problems. It's like fighting with strangers on the internet. And Chantal, like I said, it's all good and fun. Like I said, it's my form of entertainment. I can tune in and you have to watch it live because there's a chance it's going to be deleted. But, realistically, when real world stuff happens, Chantal, in the big scheme of things, she's a big fat nothing. Literally. She's
Do you know what's funny about my world? My world and Chantal's world, like my world is based so much on Chantal's world. It's more than I want to admit, but
Okay.
when I wake up, I think like I'll think, what am I going to do today? I have a whole thing where I think of things and then I don't follow through, and I have very many Chantelisms and ALRisms. So I'll
Mm-hmm.
wake up and go, am I going to Chantel this task? Am I going to be Foodie Beauty today? Like, how Foodie Beauty am I? Am I on a scale from 1 to Foodie Beauty? Where am I at for finishing this task? And then I feel the shame later in the day with like, did I do something that was very much her? You know what I mean? Like if I'm following the same patterns and excuses, then I'm no better and I can't. So every day I wake up and I'm like, I'll go to make my bed. I'm like, and then I'm like, make your bed, bitch. You know what I mean? Like be better than Chantal. And so like all day I have these tiny like I'll be like I hate people and then I'll log into Monty's chat and I'll be like, oh, I like people again. Okay, I'm gonna go start work and then my day's better again. And so Chantal's world really impacts my world for the better in every way it can. So I'm very grateful to Chantal for her existence.
Exactly.
More for you guys.
and I have to be honest. Like, okay, so let me rephrase what I said. For your average human being, Chantal is no big deal. But I have to admit that I'm way too involved. I have invested over 5 years of my life. I'm here till the end. But no, I do the same thing. Like I get up and my first thought, like I roll over and I throw my iPad on. Like literally, I crack an eye. I turn on the iPad and I think, oh sweet baby Jesus, what did I miss when I fell asleep last night? You scroll and look. And I was like, okay. Then I get up and then, I want to lounge around in bed. I'm like, no, get up and make the bed. Just like I said, like Chantal is my motivation to be a better human being just because I I may have been a bit wild for a few years. And you know what? It just has some impacts.
No.
Shocking, right? And then and but you get older and then you start looking around and like and it's like there but for the grace of God go I when I look at Chantal and I just don't want to be her. And so I even have pants on right now.
Pants?
Yep.
Is the queen coming or something?
Right? Yeah, no, I'm just not gonna be like Chantal. I'm not gonna
You come
sit
full
here.
DLF. You're just
Yeah.
one
Yeah, I'm
ball
not gonna
swinging.
sit here in my smalls chatting with people. I
Yeah.
have pants on.
Do your pants have seams?
They do have seams.
Oh
Are your
man,
pants
Lilith hates
baggy
the
tight?
seams.
They're actually Guatemalan pants, but they're comfortable. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, let's just not go crazy. I'm not gonna go throw on some like slacks or anything. non Non-natural. It doesn't breathe.
I wanted to ask a question about what does first of all, Greba, you are like the mental Rolodex of our like when you wake up, you're just like on it, and then the rest of us are waking up like way after you, and you got 8 worms in your mouth because the early bird gets, and then we're all like, Grebo, catch us up, and you're all like, okay, this is what's happening, and you haven't missed a thing, and then Kiwi Farms are like, Grebo, tell us what's happening because you're so the guy that is on top of it all. So we are like very grateful to your attention to detail. You are like the mama of our little world that
Right,
very
exactly.
Though
you
I
are
have to, I'm ashamed to say, I haven't even looked at the farms in like the last 3 or 4 days because, like I said, Josh on the farms and like they can't even be bothered. That is such a bad sign. Like this is really truly this is like Chantal, A, say my name. Two, you need to Google Wings of Redemption because this is really a Wings of Redemption. I really don't think there's any way for her to turn it around. I just, Chantal is the female version of Wings for Redemption. That's just, I know I say this every time and I know I'm not bringing up any new points, but it's like, oh, cheese and crackers, give us something new, Chantal. Anything. But this is just okay. I take exception to something she said. When somebody said something, she said, "Oh, I don't know if I have PCOS." But the way she said it, because somebody posted in her chat about PCOS and her hair loss, she's like, "Oh, I don't know if I have PCOS." To like an open-ended statement with that uplift, like a question mark, like, well, that's never been answered. It's like, oh, I call bullshit. Chantal, you've gone to the doctor and they have told you you do not have PCOS. You are a 38-year-old super morbidly obese woman who was going bald. Trust me, sweetheart. They tested for that. You don't have it. So stop lying to the internet and letting everybody think it could be a possibility. It's called sad fishing, and it's pathetic at your age.
I'm sorry, but you leaning in to the tiny microphone, which brings your eyes closer, and just like, and you're just talking into this tiny little microphone, and your eyes are getting all crazy and triggered. Oh my god, I lived. Oh my god, sorry, I was chuckling. I was listening and being attentive, but also being very distracted by just the visual. It was so good, so good. I want tiny.
I want a little. We'll get you I want to get a little plaque that says "Say my name" just to put right here.
What you need to do, you need to you need to make it like sing-songy, like Grebo. You know what I mean? Like you need to find a way where you can just throw it out, and when she gets drunk or high and she wants to make random sounds like she does, she'll just think of yours and make that instead of the random like, you know what I mean? Like she'll just do random things, and then you just need to figure out how to throw Grebo into a tick style. Grebo.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're probably killing my.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody.
Sorry. Grebo.
Oh, and somebody asked, what is my microphone stuck between? My microphone is stuck on a green towel over an Amazon box because I had to keep it classy here. It's
TV
a very
magic.
nice. It's a very nice green hand towel.
It's just so it commands attention. This tiny microphone, you know what I mean?
Oh my god! Yeah,
it says so much without saying anything at all.
I will tell my drunken Florida Keys spring break adventure in an upcoming video.
So,
I'm
Gregory
not
Ball,
proud.
is that mic hooked up to a phone?
No, it's actually hooked up to my iPad. So what it is?
Oh, okay.
Hold on 2 seconds. You two chat. I will get the other one to show people. So hold on.
All right, cool.
She's so funny.
We're chatting.
We need. I feel like under the surface of Grebo, she has some stories that could regale us and entertain us for years. That nothing that Chantal would ever do would be as entertaining as the stories that Grebo would tell. I feel like deep down, I want to hear the Grebo diaries. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Stories upon stories upon stories.
What about you? Are you a wild man on campus or what?
Wild
Those
man,
stripes say yes.
I'm a Florida man.
Florida man.
Florida man. Straight from Miramar. Wrangling them gators.
Man, I bet you have some stories. I bet. This calm demeanor is one thing, but I bet Monty has got some stories to tell. Shenanigans.
Yeah, a lot of shenanigans, yes. A lot of stories living in Florida.
Yeah,
How long were you in Florida?
I lived in the Florida Keys in Marathon and Waikiki. I nearly beat somebody to death with a bar stool in the Brass Monkey Bar. Well, I didn't nearly beat her to death. She came up to me. Anyway, no, never mind. Nope.
Brass Monkey.
Brass Monkey Bar. Googling Brass Monkey Bar.
Swinging stools at the Brass Monkey. Friday night with Grebo.
Yeah.
I just remember the bartender was like, I don't think I have to tell you. You need to leave. I'm like, I'm going.
She grabs her cocktail on the way out. All right.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know how it is in the Keys. You don't leave without a to-go cup. Okay.
You don't seem like the type to be swinging bar stools at the bar, Grebo.
Not anymore. I've worked really hard
to
get this under control.
Love it,
all right. I put the link in the chat for the tiny mic. This one comes with actually 2 tiny mics, and it's on sale for 37% off. It was 43% off. It's down 37% off. So you'll spend like $16.75, but you'll get 2 of them. So here's the other one. I will pull it out. Little demonstration. So it comes with a tiny stand. It comes with, you then snap in the little tiny mic holder.
Yeah.
The tiny mic with
It
the
has the
little
little Bob
with the
Barker mic,
with the little the little Bob Barker, and then
mushroom tip.
you can go with the spit guard, or you can pull it off and go old school 70s porn star mic. Yeah. And
Hmm.
then it's got quite the long cord, and then it's got the AC jack. I think it's called an AC jack that goes into, where your
Is it
microphone.
called an AC jack?
I think it's called an AC
I
jack.
think
I,
so.
I know them as like 3.5 millimeter.
Yeah, it's a 3.5 millimeter
Too
AC,
nerdy.
and
Yeah,
because the thing is they do 5 millimeter. They do different sizes. I have a
yeah,
whole
they
oh
do.
yeah, because so this is a 3.5, but it plugs in to your Androids or your iPads. If you have a newer iPhone, you need to get one of those dongles.
It
Yeah.
looks really big from here.
Yeah,
It looks
well,
huge.
they always look bigger on camera. Anyway,
I don't know if the jack hole on
so
my phone
yeah,
is big enough to fit that giant.
so this plugs in, and then you have to have wired headphones that then plug into this. You need to make sure your Bluetooth's off, and voila, tiny microphone.
Magic.
I see.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
yeah. Monty, you should do a tiny microphone giveaway.
Well, I'll think about it. How about that?
Tiny microphone earrings.
Yeah.
That would be great. So, all right, let me get back. So, I'm thinking, like, did we cover like all the Chantal? Because I read a couple of the quotes I had written down, Buddha. So she said, "You guys think my channel success depends on if I'm with Natter?" Uh, oh, and here's the big one. Chantal was talking about how much she missed Natter and all the fun stuff they did together, and she said, "I'm a very forgiving person."
Yeah, they're back together. They're
Yeah,
so back together, and I
yeah,
feel like with the way she's been talking lately, she is lubing us for a very difficult and tight entry. I feel like she already knows the plot line. She's giving us tiny little bites, and she's going to be like, oh, we're moving in together, or we're marrying, or we're already married, or something. But I feel like the way she's talking right now, it's like the way she talked before she got her Jafar ring. She was all like, we could, maybe if I just kicked Pete's out and threw my cats in the garbage, we could have a great life. And then the Jafar ring came, and then there was all that optimism, and then it kind of petered away. So I feel like when he is milking her for what he needs, he does these little love bombing tidbits, like, hey, remember when we talked about this thing like 3 months ago? Like, maybe I'm ready to talk about it again, but I don't know. Go down on me first, and then we'll finish you know what I mean? Like, he's probably like, hey, remember when we talked about moving in together? Well, after you're done this, we'll talk about that. So he might be like dropping these hopefuls in her ear to
So
keep
true.
her, like breadcrumbing her, they call it in
yeah,
the mental health word,
Yeah.
breadcrumbing her. That's what I feel like. She got optimism that's based on something right now. But again, I could
yeah.
be wrong. This is just what
No,
I see.
that's what I said earlier, Buddha. I said one of three things is going on. Is either he actually loves her back. She's doing this to be. I'm hearing feedback. Can you guys both mute yourself for a second so I can see if it's on mine? Nope. Nope. It went away. So somewhere there's feedback in the system. It might be the tiny mic. Yeah. So I vote whenever you're not talking, mute your mic because it stops the feedback. So I need to remember that for myself. So I said the same thing, Buddha, that either she wants him because she wants him. He said no. So, oh, I love him, Daddy. He's telling her what she needs to hear so he can get, you know, the cha-ching. Or maybe he's an absolute psycho and he actually loves her. I don't know. I think it's the second thing, I think it's the same thing that you said, Buddha. Your turn.
I think what he does might be like, I've been watching. I watch this one channel called Psychology in Seattle, which I'm going to actually do a video about because he's covering the whole Amber Heard, Johnny Depp thing very, 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 very well in a mental health capacity with the right language and the right. So anyway, I watch him all the time, and my brain stopped working. Sorry, my sentence stopped mid-sentence, and my
You
brain just.
watched what Psychology in Seattle, right?
And
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right, it's
You
all good.
you were talking about Sweet Face in Seattle was covering the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, and they were talking something. So it probably had to do with maybe narcissistic personalities, histrionic personalities, Chantal and Natter versus Amber and AH and JD, maybe. It'll come back to you.
I'm
Yeah, in the
sorry.
Yeah.
meantime, she did
Yeah.
say that she has at least one sex tape that they might release or she might release. Who knows?
Oh, I
Wait.
bet there's some crazy sex tapes floating around with her.
Yeah,
I do. I
Well,
feel
I
like if
wonder.
you, well, I mean, I don't know about you, Grebo, but like when you while out, and she's in the middle of her while out years, not looking back at them like me and Grebo are. And so when you're in the middle of while, there are some things I probably don't even know that I've done out there floating around. You know what I mean? When you're really in the middle of it all, you know? So I feel like when they're doing well, they're riding this high, which is fueled by a lot of drugs and a lot of alcohol. And when that happens and they're in a good space and getting along, I have a feeling that she would say yes to anything he would be like, hey, would you like to do this? Because we're in this weird honeymoon stage. And
so
from the get-go, he was all about sharing and this and you know what I mean? I feel like from the get-go, that's always been part of the conversation to be.
well, she obviously doesn't have a problem with things like this. Exhibit A. She flashed this herself.
Oh, that's your phone. Sorry, I looked
Yeah.
away and then I looked
Yeah.
up
That
and then
that
I thought that was you
no,
in
that no,
some
that's
capacity and I didn't know what I was
no.
looking at.
No, that is what happens when you have a very large fat
Do you put
upper.
on your phone?
No, I told you stalker tendencies.
You
Wait,
did a screenshot of her on your phone, you
What I
crazy woman.
said. I said the other day was, I swear to God, if I drop dead, somebody in chat that loves me needs to come to where I live and destroy all my electronic devices, because if anybody in my family catches my screenshots, people aren't going to remember me the way I want them to remember me. It's
right.
like, and it's all Chantal, I swear,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's back up like almost a year ago. Remember how Natty Daddy was supposed to have been wanting to build a sex website? A
Yeah.
yeah, a porno website. You remember that,
What is
Buddha?
this? I
You don't
think
remember that?
no, I remember. True, I remember that because I
Yeah.
there's a whole the same network that exists down there that FFG was talking about that he's part of and he's known of as
Yeah.
being this creepo and stuff. That kind of same thing kind of runs around up here as well in the same kind of groups.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know details or whatever, but I do know that it's an ongoing thing where curvier girls are pulled into this world of charismatic hookah smoking gentlemen, and photos are being taken and they're being invited to wild and crazy parties and stuff.
Yeah.
But I
Well,
think that she's been shared and played. You know what I mean? Like
mhm.
I think she enjoys being Natter's property even though he doesn't claim her. I think if they go partying or if she goes with him to a party of his peers and friends, I have a feeling she would be almost proud to
To be his
represent
to
for his
be
honor because he would
to
want
be
her
his
to.
chattel, to be his chattel,
Yeah, like
basically.
it would make him proud of me to
Hmm.
go and do this. Like it's a weird thing. I don't know what her brain is like, but back in the day when I was really messed up, there could have been options where I might have been similar. You know what I mean? Like wanting to please the wrong person for the wrong reasons. But for her, it's not even like she's caught up in something. For her, I feel like sometimes I feel like she gets more out of this Natter thing than you know what I mean? Like I feel like She's less of a victim in the whole thing, and I feel like she sometimes is the perpetrator.
Well,
Not perpetrator, but she's like so in it.
she's a social chameleon, and so I'm sure if all the guys were hooting and hollering and making it rain, and she's shaking her ass and fupa and just everything. Yeah, that's the song I was thinking about. Um, but I can guarantee that like I can see her doing it, and she's so she it was like when they first started hanging out, she was wasted every time they hung out. And it was like,
Yeah.
now was she doing that because he made getting drugs easy, or was she doing that because she needed to be on drugs to do the things she thought she needed to do to because you can talk to you if you talk to your average addict. And so I want a t-shirt that says it's not an addiction until you've sucked a dick for it. And I'm not saying literally sucked a wee wee, but you know what I mean, where that symbolically you've gone somewhere you don't want to be.
Yeah.
You don't suck dick for no weed.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, like, oh, can you guys mute? There's terrible feedback. I don't know why.
It has to be me. It has to be
Oh,
me. I
it's
bet.
fine. But I really think so. It's not an addiction until you've sucked a wanker for it, and not necessarily literally one, but you know what I mean. Been with people and around people and done things and just done things you don't want to do. That's like addiction 101. And so it's like, now is Chantal getting hammered because she doesn't like what she's doing? Or is she getting hammered because she's now living through her I'm a party animal, wild girl, bad girl,
Well,
bullshit because she's so immature.
didn't she do something for a burger once? Like any something like a condiment or something wasn't
Yeah.
around?
Yeah.
What was that? Was it a burger?
She didn't have any money, so she was going to feedback. Guys, I'm hearing feedback. She told the guy she didn't have any money. And she said she would, let him like fondle her or something, like I said, there's so much if he brought her the burger, except for he forgot the Big Mac sauce or something. So she got mad and like only let him like touch her boobs through her shirt or something like that, if I remember right, or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
All right, so it didn't go all the way to like Menace to Society with the cheeseburgers, but like I'll suck your dick for them cheeseburgers, man. Remember that movie?
All right, cheeseburger sounds good. I mean,
And he's like, "What you say to me?" And the guy's like, "I said I'ma suck your dick for them cheeseburgers."
Well, every time you say that, it makes me think of Dave Chappelle. Remember, he's got those two white things right here. He's like,
this is a 5 o'clock free crack giveaway. Tyrone Biggums.
I love Dave Chappelle. Oh my god.
Oh, me too. He really is a masterpiece. I wanted to. Is the feedback okay? Is it okay when I'm talking?
Yeah, it's fine. It's just when it seems like you've got a really sensitive mic. So if anybody else is talking, you have to mute because it's like your mic is picking up from your headphones. I'm maybe guessing because your mic.
This piece of crap.
No, it's
This piece of
technical
crap.
stuff.
I tried to be cheap. I was like, "What's the cheapest thing you got?" And this is what happens. This is what happens. You got to pay for quality. And now I've learned my lesson. I'm sorry. I wanted to say something about like I don't know Chantal or whatever, but I can only kind of operate through the same eyes as anyway. I don't think there's any part of her that's like really an addict for the alcohol and the drugs per se. I feel like the drugs and alcohol have always been something that she's needed to feel more comfortable and confident around other people with.
1,000%. I agree 1,000%. It's
Social lubricant.
Yeah. Chantal has spent enough time alone that she talks a good game. She talks a good game, because she's got a lot of time to rehearse it. But like everybody knows that one awkward person that shows up and they might talk a big game, but when you get them IRL, it's like a deer in the headlights, and so yeah, got to get a little on something, a little something something to make this a little easier, and yeah, it's just and I'm gonna say this so I, when you're a self-centered Buck, people don't like you. And I don't know Chantal, but I've known, sorry, I dropped the F bomb. Sorry, Monty. Um, I think Chantal has always been a fairly entitled, spoiled person, and then when she got outside the family bubble, all of a sudden it wasn't all about her. And I'm sure she was probably a pretty nasty piece of work. And kids are cruel. Kids are cruel. But you need to work within the bounds of your reality. You can't always be the princess. And I don't think she ever really got really well socialized. She somehow managed to stay in her little make believe bubble, with her family calling her cutie and just I don't know. Like now I'm going off on some crazy PhD psychology tangent, but I just like when Chantal said that what was it that she said where like I wrote it down and circled it. Oh, everybody has some redeeming qualities. And she said it with a plural. Everybody has some redeeming qualities. I disagree, Chantal. You have no redeeming qualities except to serve as a bad example on how not to live your life. My opinion. Say my name.
Grebo. That's what she needs now. Grebo.
Say my name when
I almost
cheeseburgers
feel
are around you. Let me do that again. That was pretty good. I thought about that right in my head as I was doing it. Say my name when cheeseburgers are around you. Sacred people, I love you. You're playing games. Say my name.
the head slides
That
really
was pretty
sound.
good, right? That was pretty good. Off the top of my head.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Monty has sick beats.
The sickest beats.
Sick beats.
Right? Oh, um, speaking of sick, um, like how long do we think before Chantal throws um a medical crisis into the mix, because it's been a hot minute since she's tried that. I honestly believe COVID threw a monkey wrench in the works, because before you could go to an ER, you know what I mean, you'd get processed through, but COVID really changed that. As far as if you show up for some bullshit, the staff just doesn't even have the patience or the time. They don't want to deal with you, and you will sit in that waiting room until you turn into dust at most hospitals. You're in Canada, you too. So what do you guys think? I think that's the reason we don't get as many ER visits, and I think that's another reason we don't get her constantly, trying to get attention from doctors, is because they're exhausted. There is a panini going on. The coof has just exhausted the medical care system, and they're stressed, and they don't have time for her lies and her BS. I don't know. It just seems since the coof came around, the ER things have really gone down.
Well, I mean, like, didn't she have a lot of like ER visits and stuff back in her like pre-recorded days, right? So she would have these moments, and I'm not. I mean, I slowly come to terms with these things and talk about them. But I used to be the guy. I used to be that guy. I get everyone about worried about me. Is she gonna? Is she? Oh my god! Oh my god! And it was this thing I used to do to just destroy and torture everyone around me to keep them worried and stressed out, so that you know what I mean. Always, is she gonna be okay? She's at the hospital. Oh, guys, it could be cancer. You know what I mean? Like I had no problem worrying everyone around me. And back in the day when she recorded, I think that was the thing. Like she was like, "Oh, this thing, I'm feeling this thing. This is what I'm going through right now. Hey, you guys." And then she'd edit it and she'd post it. Oh my God, everyone's feeling me. Everyone feels it. And then on to the next thing. So her dramas would pace out over a few days. And now, like, she doesn't, it's too long of a wait. She wants instant noodles. She doesn't want to, like, prep here, going
Yeah.
there. And then she
Yeah.
wants, to me, I think her medical emergencies at this point would be more mental health related. I'm surprised
Yeah.
that she hasn't been like, I feel so hurt. I'm going to blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to check myself in because I'm gone. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's more mental health now.
Oh.
And she's not going to get what she needs from the actual hospital that way.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of, did you hear her drop several times? I'm so glad I'm back on my medication. I feel so much better and more stable. Bish, you've been on it 10 days. That's not how it works.
And she's not even taking it right. Like, she's not, I don't know what she's on, but I do know she's on one of the things that I'm on. And that alone, you have to take, like if I take 3 days off, like even getting back on, I'm not right for a couple weeks at least, even though I only missed 3 days, because now the interruption in my brain has happened. And now there's something happening that's not supposed to be happening. And now my brain has to catch up to kind of fix that. And I could be in turmoil for 2 weeks just from not taking 3 days worth of meds. So I just think she talks out of her ass, man.
Yeah,
Everything she does is just
I think that claiming, oh, I'm back on medication now and I'm doing much better, like in her tiny drug-addled brain, it makes sense to say that. It wasn't my fault, guys. I was off my medication. I mean, you know what I mean? It's not my fault. It's not my fault I said that. I was drinking. And I just think I think you're exactly right, Buddha. I think she just talks a load of shite, realistically, you know.
Yeah, well, if taking your medication is your problem and you're off your meds, then it is your problem. If putting the alcohol in your body was your choice and your problem, then what you did on the alcohol is your problem. The thing is, not doing something is still accountability. You know what I mean? Like, you can't will willingly do something and feign ignorance. It's not a get out of jail free card. That's not how that works. You have one chance at ignorance when you don't know something. And then after that, you're just in excuse mode. And the fact that she loves, and this is me just seeing what I see, but she loves that conflict. And she's not looking to clear anything up with us. She's not looking to confuse, like to sell. She doesn't care if we see through her crap. She just, it keeps the conversation flowing. New views, new drama. Today I have a brown mud mask on and I look crazy. Tomorrow I'm gonna do the, you know what I mean? Like, it's just she's talking about her meds because she can't talk about green pea. You know?
Yeah, and the like that green mud mask and the way she was like it's just like I guess the shock factor of her showing the fupa and the first gut and the second gut and the boobies and her ass and just it's like everybody is actually over it, like nobody's shocked anymore. It's not shocking, it's not entertaining, like, you know, at this point. And she's so unapologetic, that, like I said, I'm hoping, because it really does seem like YouTube's not going to do anything about this, um, short of something, you know, catastrophic, some catastrophic failure that maybe she does while she's high. I can't see, um, and you know, as much as I hope for a really interesting storyline from Chantal. It's like I can see if she's streaming and gets in a car wreck or something like that. Something like that could be extremely hurtful to her channel. Like get that, you know. But I just I don't want to see that happen because it's always the other party. Now, if she wants to slam into a power pole and totally jack up her new car that she's making payments on and stuff like that, and then the city's going to charge her for the power pole she ran into, more power to you. I'm all down for that. Or maybe the CRA, the Canadian Revenue Authority, coming in. Like I just, you know, it's been a couple years since she's paid taxes. We've heard Buddha talk about, you know, kind of exactly what will happen, but we don't know the timeline. I swear to God, it's like watching paint dry. And Chantal, you're about ready to make me start drinking again because you're so boring. Seriously. So I just hope that something different starts happening before, like, the channel completely dies, because I have so many opinions because I'm so invested. But if she keeps killing her channel, I'm not going to have very many people to yell these opinions to. And that I don't like that for me.
I don't think, I keep thinking like she should lean into the train wreck part of her lifestyle. Like, if you're gonna be you unapologetically. Like, think about the storyline. If she was like, you know what, guys, I love penises. I like to lick 8 of them in a row, and I like to line them up like hot dogs on a table, and it's go, "Wah!" Like, you know what I mean? Like, if she leaned into this part of her lifestyle that she's living away from the cameras because she's trying to what, save face with her viewers, like, they're going to be disappointed in you no matter what you say. So why not just be like, you know what? I don't care. I
Yeah.
love now. I love crazy man. I love
Mhm.
knowing that he might kill me. So you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if she leaned
Yeah.
in and really went full Springer,
Yeah.
I feel like we would go, you know what? We're here for it, girl.
Yeah.
Like, where
Yeah.
are you going to go with
I'm
this?
sensing some
Em-
romance with Foodie Beauty and Tragic.
embrace the crazy. Or like if she all of a sudden had her phone, hopped on that unteared scale, and then showed the actual number, those are the kind of things that are going to get you some views. Just stop trying to save face in the areas that she thinks she needs to save face. Like, I'm not seeing him, I don't weigh that much. No, just be a super morbidly obese, uh narcissistic, codependent train wreck. Like, just fully lean into it, and I think that could bring the views. But it's this, right now she's so busy trying to filter the things that we all clearly know are going on. Like, every time she steps on that scale, it's got four weights. It's got 336. It's got 338.4. It's got 348.3, and it's got 352. I don't
Jeez,
think.
Grebo.
Yeah, yeah.
Remind me never to lie to Grebo. Hey, Grebo, I was busy the other night. Really. She'd be like,
Right?
I was looking in your window. You were busy.
Yeah. But my point is like she needs to. Yeah. I'm watching you, Buddha. I know where you live.
Whimsical had a question.
Actually, you do.
He's like, she's shown clear signs of diabetic dermopathy. Can you see her ending up having a huge lesion that she doesn't feel
Yeah.
until it's a huge emergency?
1,000%. Yes. We know about the back boil that stunk and she had to get packed by a nurse, a traveling nurse. Oh yeah, Buddha. Maybe, hopefully, I prayed for your own sanity. You weren't watching, but she had a huge lesion. She had to get lanced, and it was very infected. And she had to have a home health nurse come and pack it for quite a few days. And then the bitch didn't get out of bed, so the home health nurse had to come back one day. These people have lives, Chantal. They are not your personal servants. And then she had an infection on her fupa that Pete's had to take care of because she couldn't physically reach it. So yes, I 1,000% think her curing her beatus, I think that is a load of shite. She's going to be lucky if she doesn't lose some toes soon. I've type 1 diabetes runs in my family, and people lose kidneys and eyesight over that, and diabetes is not a joke. And so yeah, so I think yeah, it, like I said, there something could be brewing, and she doesn't know until it physically hurts so bad, and there's probably a fever, and there's a lancing and a draining and a packing, and yeah, and with the way she's just been shoveling the food in with zero care, I can only imagine her blood sugar. OMG.
I I'm so afraid that something's gonna happen live when she like. I understand that she understands what's happening to her. I understand that she is ignoring it. I understand that she knows what you know. I just my compassion still is like it's hard watching someone like it's different when you see them, doing drugs or like really like drinking them. But when you're just watching them not love themselves to death, like it's not just the eating, it's the not taking care of herself as a she's her scalp has stopped producing hair in so many areas, and that could be from a million different things. And
Malnutrition.
absolutely, and she's just to watch her just because you cannot carry yourself into an early grave,
Hmm.
and it's hard not to be compassionate, but at the same time, it's kind of like her attitude about it almost erases our ability to be compassionate because she's all
Hmm.
like, yeah, like, and you're just like, okay, I don't want you to die though. And she's like, yeah, and you're just like, okay, well, maybe I do. And you're like, you want us to hate you sometimes. Why
Hmm.
are you setting us up to fail? There are people that want to feel hope for you because I feel like she almost listened to me one day and I was like, guys, I feel like everyone has a redeeming quality. Namaste. And she was probably like, yeah, everyone has a redeeming quality. Hmm? And that might have been my fault.
Yeah, I think honestly, like, so I am the polar opposite of Buddha. I'm a misanthropist. through and through. I don't hate any one group. I hate everybody equally. Nah, hate's a very strong word. Loathe. Just kidding. But no, I think that Chantal, like in her mind, because she's that 22-year-old skinny legend mean girl right now. Like and she really is. And like I keep joking about it, but she really is at that end stage addiction where like it's like she's juggling 47 balls right now. Something is going to give. Is it going to be her health? It's already her income, so you know what I mean. And how long before the support, she has no more support network. Unfortunately, her family, even if they back off, they do strike me, I don't know these people, but they strike me as enablers. Like they would love her to death. Like nobody's saying anything, because I can guarantee if I act a fool like that, somebody in my family would take a plane from Alaska, kick my door in, and have some words. You know what I mean? And so it's like, so, or maybe she has this false sense of security, like, oh, I can keep doing what I want because I could always move into my mom's place or blah, blah, blah. In fact, no, I guess it wasn't her that said that. I think it was somebody in chat that said, oh, she could always move in with her parents. It's like, I can guarantee if I had somebody in my family that was doing drugs 24/7 and took zero responsibility, I'd let them be homeless and sleep in their car. I would, because you can love people to death. And so I don't. Where was I going with that? Anyway, yeah, Chantal is she doesn't have any redeeming qualities, and I honestly think that what we saw with her when she was with her and BB, because it was very clear she's very callous towards Pete's, but she was kind of loving towards BB, but it felt a lot more performative. If you look at how Chantal is now, not besides the drugs, you can see the more performative nature, and the more attention she got online, the less nice she was to BB. Like this man would work 12 hours and she would sit there stuffing her face, being like, yeah, somebody's in the background making a lot of noise. The man works like 6 days a week, 12 hours a day. If he wants to play flipping Minecraft or whatever he's doing, shut your fat ass up and let him relax. Don't get on the internet and say little snarky comments, but that's just me. I don't even know if I had a point. I don't think Chantal has any redeeming qualities. I don't have any hope for her. I just hope she keeps filming at this point. Call me terrible. Come for me in chat. I'm just saying, I'm calling a spade a spade. She only serves as a bad example. My opinion. My opinion.
Hey, your opinion carries a lot of weight. You've seen every inch, centimeter, second of this woman's world. You have the facts that we all need to make an educated opinion. And so when you feel a certain way, I can't help but be like, yeah, I don't have the information you do. But watching the Mr. Snowflake, because I came in at a certain point, but I don't have the backstory to Chantal. And I've been watching this, episode 1 from the Mr. Snowflake documentary, and I
Did you
haven't
watch?
seen
Did
any
you
of that.
watch Toad McKinley's The Canadian Horror Story? You
I
first.
did.
Okay, yeah, you need to watch that and then Mr. Snowflake, because he kind
Well,
of
yeah.
picks up where Toad left off.
Oh no, maybe I didn't see it then. Maybe
I
it was a
don't
different one I
think.
saw.
Okay, so it's called. I'll send you the link tonight.
Yeah.
I'll text it to you. But it's Toad McKinley did one called the Canadian Horror Story, and it's about Chantal, and it's got all her deleted things in it. He goes over like the beginning, Chantal, like who she was and what she was, yeah. So I would suggest everybody. So if you're new to Chantal and you're new to the Chantal verse, it's a must watch. It really truly is. In fact, go ahead, Buddha. Is it okay, Monty, if I put the link in the chat?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead,
Yeah,
Buddha.
no, I'd love to watch that. Because I came in at a certain point, which was around the beginning of the live stream area at the end of the BB era. I didn't actually get to see her when she was like quote unquote normal. And I just was watching and I was just observing, and I just see this sad lady in a loveless relationship where she's like hoping nothing changes because she's comfortable and she feels the changes coming. So instead of dealing with it, I have this saying I used to say as a hairdresser, and that's what I saw Chantal doing. It's when relationships don't end when they're supposed to. I call it the sour milk theory. You buy milk, and when we go into relationships, we want forever, but we know there's an end to things, right? But we refuse to think about that right now. It's almost bad luck in a relationship to think about the end when you're in the beginning. I don't think so, but they're like, no, we can't even acknowledge that there might be an end. So you put the milk in your fridge, your new relationship, and you're like, yeah, milk, delicious, coffee, cereal, milk and cookies. You're living your life, you live in your milk, you're putting it out of your mind that the milk's going to change one day. You don't want to deal with it, you don't want to think about it, but if you did, remembered it, you'd be almost prepared for it in the future. Not that big of a deal. But with her, it seemed like the milk was starting to go sour, and she took a sniff and went, not today, and put it back in the fridge, and just wanted to ignore what was happening around her, ignoring what was getting worse, ignoring it. And then one day it just ended, and the milk was gone sour, and she was all blaming the milk and stuff, right? Like, what? Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's not fair that you've changed. It's not fair that you're not exactly the thing you need to be for me. And it's kind of like, bitch, the milk went bad. You're the one who kept drinking it and choking down those chunks. Your suffering didn't have to be at this level. It could have been at this level, still hurting, but not, you know what I mean? Her dragging out her suffering and the ending of this BB relationship, I feel like just put her in a place where mentally she just never recovered from I don't know if it's abandonment, I don't know if it's rejection, I don't know what it is. But she just gave up. I see her giving up, and now she's just dying slowly.
I remember specifically where she came on camera crying and said, "Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to." And I can guarantee what happened. She said, "Do you just want to break up and me to move out?" And BB said, "Yes." I think what happened is Chantal stopped paying attention to the milk because Chantal got some attention from the soy milk guy that was stocking the soy milk. And so she's all of a sudden she wanted soy milk. I don't want milk anymore. I want soy milk. It's more entertaining. I get more fulfillment from it. And she started, and what happened is BB went from being this interesting thing. And number two, when Chantal was living with BB, she lost her job because she got fired, and BB covered all the bills. And I suspect once Chantal actually started to make money off of her YouTube channel, BB was still paying all the bills. Chantal didn't really do the cooking. She did not do the cleaning. Um, the, there's the incident, like the one time where she said BB got mad because she had been stacking used pizza boxes in the closet. It's because she was too lazy to get them out to the trash. They had a cockroach infestation. So, not once, but twice, didn't they have to go to a hotel from the apartment because there was an infestation there? And so, Chantal, and she tried to say, oh, the building's old. Or maybe you just live like a filthy, filthy animal, Chantal. So, she can't be bothered. We've seen how she leaves. And so, where was I going with this? I feel that BB would have stayed with her. He would have sacrificed having children with her and everything if she would have put in the tiniest bit of effort. But she wanted her cake and to eat it too. She wanted a place to live and to be in this stable relationship, but she didn't want to put any work into it because a relationship is a two-way street. He needs to come home to a clean house. You need to get up and cook that man something if he's paying all these bills, for God's sake. What are you doing? And I can guarantee you, if there was a small argument, that Chantal would have got mad and she would have flexed, I make more money than you do now, or something like that. And I think it got to the point where and Chantal even said by the time they had broke up, they had not slept together, bumping uglies for a solid year. But she slipped up one time and said, well, actually, it was 2 years. So by the time her and BB split the sheets, because Chantal said, well, what do you want to do? Break up? And BB said yes. They had probably not had, in a solid 2 years. And so it really wasn't that kind of relationship, but she was just with somebody who was just too nice for his own good, and she got bored with him. And so the milk went bad because Chantal left it on the counter and didn't take care of it and put it in the fridge like she should have. If she would have thrown it in the freezer, it would have lasted forever.
That's the thing. She let it go bad on the fridge, or like
Mhm.
left it on the counter,
Yeah.
and then she kept walking by it, going, "No, that's fine," and then kept adding it to her coffee, and then putting it back on the.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's really chunky
Yeah.
today. Plop,
Yeah.
plop, plop. Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
And then when it
Put it
finally
back on
got
the.
to that point, she threw it in the fridge and probably did a little panic mode, until so that's like I said, these are just my
Well, I mean, she
thoughts.
plays a role in her own. I mean, suffering happens in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the only thing we have control over is not only our reaction to the suffering, but how intense it is.
Mm-hmm.
And if we have, a way to just accept what's happening in our world, we can make decisions sooner than later
Mm-hmm.
and lessen the intensity of going through that. So ignoring what she does, she ignores it. She ignores her health,
Mm-hmm.
and it's getting worse. She ignores her body, it's getting worse. She ignored her hair, it's getting worse. She
Mm-hmm.
ignores her diet, she ignores her man, she ignores her cats, she ignores Pete, she ignores everything except for Nabbit.
Yeah. Well,
And that just goes to show how, you know.
and I'll say this, like, in life is hard, and I don't want to get all philosophical because I'm not that deep. But pain is inevitable, but suffering is an option. You don't have to suffer. Pain is inevitable, but continual suffering, that's not, it's not an option. I'm sorry. Pain is inevitable, but continual suffering, that's a choice. Happy is a choice. Happy is a state of mind. Suffering is a state of mind, and Chantal just can't be bothered to pull herself up by her bootstraps. And at this point, you add in this crazy drug addiction, and regardless what she says, and if like I said, I will have a biochemical debate with anybody about copious amounts of THC and its effect on your neurotransmitters. She is 24/7 on a mind altering, mood changing chemical. And so she's a full-blown drug addict at this point, and yeah, she's not out like tweaking and amping out, and like building things out of paper clips yet. um but it's, yeah, she's full-blown drug addiction, and it's this chaos, and until she gets off the drugs, she's not there's good it's going to be chaos, it's going to be drama, and it's going to be, in her mind, continual suffering. And because of the drugs at this point, and because she's incredibly entitled and incredibly self-centered, and it has just not really given an F about anybody but herself in such a very long time, if she ever really cared about anybody. I mean, can I just say that the blase way she treats her grandma's blanket and pulls grandma out of the hat when she needs sympathy, it's disgusting. And I don't know what went so wrong in her life. I don't think she was horribly traumatized compared to your average person. But I was going somewhere with this. Yeah, she's on the drugs and she's choosing to suffer on camera, and everybody's over it. And the other thing with Chantal, I will go off on a tangent. She really thinks she's like the smartest cat in the room, and she just has no idea that she is a really low watt light bulb overall. Like, it's just she can't, and with the drugs she can't even keep track of her lies anymore. The internet's forever, Chantal. Say my name.
Creep. I'd like to add to that. First of all, remind me to come back to Chantal for a second. First, I want to just drop a book that people, if you want to go out and read something that's really important that could change your entire perspective on life, it's a book by an author named Viktor E. Frankl, and it's called Man's Search for Meaning. And it is a extremely powerful book about deciding how you perceive your world around you. Like, for example, it was he's in a camp that he's not supposed to be in. I don't know what I can say. And he chooses whether or not to have hope and joy. He chooses whether or not you can take my hope from me. You can't take my hope from me. You can't take.
Ex-
I can give this guy my piece of bread. You can't
yeah,
take my
yeah.
generosity from me. And it's that choice to find that morsel of good in a moment that everything is horrible. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But anyway, I want to talk about Chantal for a second, because you just brought up THC, and that's a bit of a hot button for me, because I'm all like, I love THC. Oh my God, there's nothing wrong with it. Actually, you know what? There is. And the other night I was having, you know how I'm always like Monty's like, how's the videos coming? And I'm like, they're coming. Do you know what's happening? Me I'm in full Chantal mode. Guys, my anxiety. Hey, do you know what? Maybe you come home every day and you smoke a strain that's too strong too early in the day, and then you see Monty's live. And now you're like, oh, I'll do the video after Monty's live. And then I'm all in the chat. And now it's 11 o'clock and Monty after dark. And the thing is, I look for reasons not to do the thing and blame it on my anxiety. And so
Mhm.
the other day I woke up and I thought, I need to cut down on THC hardcore. And I'm afraid that if I say that, I'm saying THC is bad, which I'm an advocate for its uses. But
It's
no,
not
man.
bad, Buddha. It's not
I
bad.
brought it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought it
Yeah,
down immediately. My productive look, I put a video out today. I got another one for tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
THC.
The thing is no, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with THC. There's not even anything wrong with alcohol, but anything, legal or not, overuse of anything is not healthy when it comes to mind altering, mood changing chemicals. You can abuse your gabapentin, you can abuse your Seroquel, you can there's anything to change, and it's dangerous, and so there's nothing wrong with saying I can't do it in copious amounts. There's nothing wrong with it, and there's nothing wrong with THC. But Chantal eating an entire wheelchair, oh, are you kidding me? And her tolerance, that's the other thing. If she's hitting this financial wall, can you imagine the cost it's going to take her to get as far as THC goes, she's not, you don't get physically dependent on it like you do, let's say, with opioids. You become physically dependent. Your body stops making its own endogenous morphine, endorphins, right? And so you get physically sick when you don't have it. And then you get people that talk about being dope sick. So they have to use just to be well. They're not even getting high anymore. There's not that aspect, but you can become psychologically dependent on THC like Chantal is in such huge amounts that even if she had to cut it in half, we would be seeing some new upstate New York / Cuba level rages because she's a drug addict and she's going through withdrawals. It's going to be a problem because that stuff, it's expensive. It's very expensive.
It's why
Exactly.
she's using it too. Like when I look at her using, like I only take an edible maybe once a week, like for sleep only at the end of the night after I've smoked some indica, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, I'll take 20 milligrams. And even then I'm like 6 a.m. alarm. I should sleep till 8 because I probably won't, because I sleep sound when I take any milligrams when I sleep. But she's taking these epic amounts. There's no actual reason to take that amount. You're not even at a party. You're not tripping balls in the woods with your friends. You're just sitting in your room doing, like, you could get the same kind of effect by just taking a Seroquel or two. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know why you're just sedating yourself and then you're just using talking to the internet as a time killer until you can't talk and you need to pass out. I don't understand any of it. You're not even using it. You know what I mean? Like,
It's drug addict behavior. Like it's drug addict behavior. Like one is too many, a thousand's never enough. And Chantal has proven time and time again she's a glutton. She is lazy. Well, at this point, she's the poster child for all 7 of the deadly sins. But no, she's a full blown addict, and with an addict, one is too many, a thousand's never enough. So there is no moderation with her, and and it started out as fun and games, but it makes you feel good, and I don't have to deal with stuff, and I don't care that I'm overweight, and BB broke up with me and I now like this guy and whatever. But now she's not using it, my opinion. She's not using it to she's using because she has to at this point, because she chooses to not stop. Like she knows she's an addict, whether she says it or not. Chantal knows she's an addict. Chantal knows she has a problem, and so really the ball's in her court. It's like apparently her rock bottom has a sub basement, but no, Chantal full on knows she's an addict, and it's going to be her choice. Like she's going to have to choose to stop, or the world is going to make some choices for her. And I think at this point that things are so far gone with her channel that the world is going to make some choices for her, even if she stopped tomorrow. Like I really think her channel, short of a miracle, her channel is dying, and it's going to, I don't know, it's going to be gone soon enough. And so not to the point where she'll be completely broke, but she'll have to go back to living, just eking by, my opinion. I don't even know where I'm going with this. It's just I'm a heartless asshole. I don't have any sympathy for her. I see you, Chantal. We see, and you know what? You don't speak on behalf of addicts, and you don't get to bring up, don't addict shame me. You know what? You deserve to be shamed into the next century. You are disgusting the way you act. Being a drug addict, it might not be your fault. It's your responsibility.
Do you know what I see? More than an addict. And I think this started when she was a kid. And I think it was a pattern that she learned and she has been using it her whole life. I don't think she's an addict to anything other than her own comfort. I think she's addicted to being comfortable. I'm having feelings. It's comfortable to eat. Eating comforts me. I feel like she uses all of her addictions to feed her real addiction comfort. I need to be comfortable. I need to be, you know what I mean? And she, in order to make any changes, the thing is, if she addressed the eating addiction, then she's at this comfortable thing. In order to fix her body, then she has to be uncomfortable in these ways. In order to fix her diet, she needs to be uncomfortable this ways. In order to fix her health, so every corner and every direction that she turns in to do anything will be met with some iota of discomfort just to start. That's just to get in the gate. And then to actually see it. The thing is, I think a long time ago, she decided, I'm not doing nothing for nothing because it's uncomfortable and I'll just make excuses until I die. And I don't feel like she's ever having intention of changing anything because the first second that she's slightly uncomfortable or challenged, it's not worth it. Nothing will ever be worth the effort that she needs to put in.
Yeah.
So to hell with it, watch the world burn.
Yeah.
That's what I see anyway.
I agree 1,001% with that statement.
But not being comfortable is so awesome though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you do something hard, like you can sweep the floor, or you can get down on your hands and knees when you're hungover and for no reason whatsoever clean your oven. I don't know if anyone else has done that, but I always feel like I need to clean my oven when I'm hungover because I need to do something that's going to make me feel like an effective person. And so when you're done, you get more satisfaction from cleaning a difficult oven for 3 hours than just sweeping the floor. Go harder and you'll feel better. This tiny bit of comfort is tiny grains of rice. None of that feels good. Try something hard and then you'll feel that orgasmic feeling of self. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't know what feeling good's all about. She needs to be uncomfortable to really feel that.
Yeah.
That's just my theory.
Yeah. Yeah. And like Sun Q says, there's a difference between process addiction and substance addiction. And that's 1,000% true. Like, everybody knows the junkie that likes to, they're as addicted to the process of the habit as the actual use of said drugs. So but yeah, like I guess we could chew on this until there's no flavor left, but I think the bottom line is like, um here's what I want. I hope we get to see a Canadian Revenue Authority arc soon, or she just fully leans into the crazy, like crazy with a side of crazy dipped in crazy sauce, because it would at least be entertaining. Like, own your crazy. You're not a 22-year-old skinny legend mean girl. You're a 38-year-old super morbidly obese train wreck drug addict. Own it. Go big or go home, and just stop lying, because what she's doing now, it's just getting boring. And like I said, I just want to see how this all ends. I personally, I don't think anything's going to change, but she's literally killing her channel, and I'm just kind of bummed out because I don't know, it's so boring to watch. It's like I have to make myself watch her. Well, and the thing is I only watch her through reaction channels through Monty, but even there's like today I was like,
Yeah, it was bad today, like
oh my
really
God.
bad. And
Yep.
it's not even that, it's the dragging of the streams. Like, if you say you're gonna get off, then get off and not stay on for another hour.
Yep. But she got a couple super chats, like, and that to me says, like, I really think because her that the comment that stands out to me that I've not heard her comment on before is gas has gotten a lot more expensive. It used to cost me, it cost me $100 to fill up my car. It used to be 60. I really feel, and this is just me sussing things out because I've been watching her for so long, that she went to fill her car up, and something right there, she went ding. But yeah, it was like, for the first time, Monty was like, we'll just forward through this. I mean, Monty is forwarding through parts of your video, and we don't even think we're going. We don't think we know. We're not going to miss anything. She's not saying anything.
Yeah,
Nothing
she
new.
isn't. Nothing new. It's all regurgitated information. Before, back in like November, December, yeah, she'd say certain things you couldn't
Yeah.
skip, but now
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah. It literally, it's the same old, and it's like, yeah, is like, and when you said, "Oh, I'm just gonna forward through this," my gut knee jerk reaction was like, "No, wait, Monty, we might miss something," and then the logical part of my brain said, "No, we're not. We're not going to miss a thing." Because it's so, yeah. At this point, you know how they have, you know how they call speed running video games. You know how, like, they have world record? It's like you're gonna have to be the speed runner of, like, Chantal videos, where you're gonna have to speed it up, and people are gonna have to sit there and glued to the screen, because you're gonna have to take a 4-hour stream, Monty, and hopefully condense it down to, like, 45 minutes and be running it at, like, 2.5 times speed, and we'll all just have to.
The, the
Yeah, in time.
Narcissa of Foodie Beauty.
I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Speaking
Speaking of,
Yeah.
such a,
question.
yeah, perfect name,
Oh no,
Narcissa, right?
I
Mhm.
watched that
Mhm.
documentary. What a
Mhm.
fascinating documentary. Question. You said that, she waits for the super chats and stuff. I was listening passively all day. Didn't she only get like $14 in super chats? Isn't that a lot of time to kill online to get
How
a
how
couple
much did she
hours?
get, Monty?
Like
Cause she,
say she's online for a couple hours, she's doing nothing, only to get
yeah,
what? Like a minimum wage 1 hour.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I don't
yeah.
understand like
Oh,
what the time doesn't work out to what she's making, I don't think.
The
how,
Just Bees in that just finished 28
yeah.
Canadian dollars,
Okay,
and Coffee Bees was 13,
so
and then
13.
Lasagna Cooking and Cleaning Bees was 26 Canadian.
Okay, so hold
So
on. So hold on. That was $67. And how many hours was that?
Yeah.
67. So it's $67 for about two plus half plus two. So 4.5 hours.
4.5. That comes out to $14.88 an hour before taxes.
I
Yeah,
don't like
but she also gets paid for the live
Yeah.
streams, right? With the ads. So
Yeah, but I'm saying, for what she's used to making three, four, $500 a day in super chats. And so this
yeah.
is like, literally, it's going to take her 2 weeks, 3 weeks to make what she used to make in a day or two. So that's quite the, not the comeuppance. What's the opposite of that? Falling on your
it.
ass,
Down commons.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do
Come
you know what
down
I don't
and
understand? Her whole gig is I'm gross, I eat, and I'm weird. I don't know. Like there's men or people or whoever that are obsessed with her that will give her money, that will throw money at her. I just don't understand why she's so obsessed with the YouTube part of her world when the people who give her money in the YouTube part of her world are the feeder type people anyway most of the time. And so why doesn't she I
Mhm.
still don't understand, if she has this huge platform and people who throw money at her to eat, like this paneer person who will go
And
down in
Peter.
legend.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, why isn't she on OnlyFans just sitting in
Well,
a bra, sweating and
she
eating and farting and shitting on herself and
because
making bank?
she has said before she didn't like dealing with it because they make requests. They tell her what to do. She has commented on this before. Um, she doesn't like being told what to do. Monty, do you remember that, when she was talking about, like, I'm getting all these requests, they're telling
Yeah,
me what to
yeah, I
do.
remember exactly. She said exactly that. She
Yeah.
doesn't like the requests because they tell her what to do, and they're weird requests.
Yeah. And she does, and I think, weird aside, she doesn't like to be told what to do. Like,
Yeah.
she
We
would cut off her own nose to spite her face. And, like, so all it's, I guess, like I said, I don't have a lot more to add to this tonight. Like, I didn't think I had a lot to say. Apparently I did. But no, she just yeah, she Chantal is so openly defiant. You can't tell me what to do. And it's like, well,
I don't understand. Someone could be
yeah.
like, "Hey, what could they possibly ask that would be grosser than what she does in her real life. Like, hey, baby, can you for $150 shit on yourself? You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I can't imagine any requests that are like grosser than what she does on a regular
Mm.
Tuesday afternoon. Like, rub chicken wings on your nips or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If anything, the request that they would ask would be a step up in the dignity level. You know what I
Right?
mean? Like,
Yeah.
Madame, would you mind rubbing the chicken wings? You know what I mean? Like, it could be so classy.
Right?
But she just,
Miss.
yeah.
Mi- Miss Chantal, will you rub some tiny chicken wings onto your nipples? But it's money. But no, I really think it's not the humiliation aspect. And, it's just she doesn't like to be told what to do. She wants to be in control all the time. So, yeah,
Why?
I mean,
She likes Natter. Natter is in control, and she likes that he is dominant with her. I don't understand. Like, she's bossy and doesn't want to be told here, but then she loves it when he dominates her. It's conflicting things to me. You know what I mean? Like, she likes to be told what to do, just not by these guys.
well, she's a train wreck wrapped in an enigma, smothered in a mystery. Chantal, so quirky, so individual. So, does this feel like a good stopping point? Like, do we keep talking? Like,
Yeah, I think we might
yeah.
wrap this up. Somebody said that they just read on Foodie Beauty reaction channel community post. Foodie just said she's gonna start doing requests on OnlyFans and 16 days of content. Oh, Buddha, I think you're rubbing off on her.
Say my name, Chantal. It's a great Grebo.
I even have
Uh,
a jingle for you, Gregory Bo. Like
yes,
the one I just made.
yes.
Say my name, say my name. When cheeseburgers are around you, say, girl, you boy, I love you. If you're playing game.
I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh my god. Oh, it's like, um, that's a good place to stop. That's
She
awesome.
doesn't want
I
to
feel
say
like
your name because it will, like, it's too powerful to say
what
it. It's like Jumanji or something.
what I'll say is, Chantal, Monty said my name. I triple dog dare you to say my name.
Right.
Triple
Anyways,
dog dare.
yeah.
Triple dog dare.
Well, thanks for being here, everybody. Appreciate each and every single one of you. We had Ray Ray, but I think Ray Ray fell off. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe she lost internet connection and couldn't come back, I
Yeah.
guess.
I
So
haven't
shout
heard
outs to
back
Ray
from
Ray.
her. So.
Yeah, and we'll see her another time. Thank you, Greg Grebo. Thank you, Buddha Bitch, for being on here. Any last words, Greg Grebo, or are you done?
I just want to let everybody know in chat, my tiny microphone stand prevents me from typing in chat like I normally do. So I see the comments. And I will say, I really do love this community. I'm making really good friends here, like-minded people. And, it's like, it's a beautiful thing. And everybody says, oh, parasocial relationships. No, you can make real friends online and you can meet people that mean something. And I do. I love this community. Thank you, Monty, for providing us a platform for the
You
tiny
are
microphone.
welcome. Yes. Buddha Bitch.
Actually, I have to agree completely with her. What's funny to me is that in the past 24 hours, I put out some exciting news for me, but disappointing news for others. And I was not as concerned about everyone in my own actual personal life who know me and how they would feel about me and my news. It was my YouTube family that I was just like, oh God, what are they going to say? I hope they're not disappointed in me. And I genuinely feel that to my absolute soul and bones. And so I love this community. When I wake up, I can't wait to see my friends in Monty's chat, to see you guys, to see Monty, Grebo, all of you. Thanks for being a great place to just talk. It's a great sounding board where we can talk, disagree, just talk about difficult things and be adults and loving and still be friends when we're done, even if we don't
Yeah.
always agree.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here with me. I know it's like 3 a.m. for some of us, and there were still over 400 people here listening and interacting in the chat, so really appreciate it.
Best chat ever.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thank you so much. And I guess we're gonna wrap it up. And I'm gonna be back in a few hours to get in some sleep and get in a lot of other work I got to do around the house and whatnot. Job wise done. So thank you so much, Greg Grubo, Buddha Bitch, once again, and Ray Ray. See you, everybody. Bye bye. Have a
Night,
good one.
everybody.